On this Memorial Day, a 90-year-old Austin veteran can vividly remember where he was on D-Day. I had the honor of meeting Mr. Jody Lander, who served as a paratrooper in the 82nd Airborne. He and his team landed near the beaches of Normandy on the morning of June 6, 1944.
There was a bomb, yes there was.
It all happened 70 years ago, but for Jody Lander, the memories are like yesterday.
That was my best friend.
Just hours before the Allied invasion of Europe began, Lander and other paratroopers were in England being loaded on board a C-47.
We were very heavily loaded. We had on 2 parachutes, we had entrenching tools, we had K-ration, food ration for about 3 days. We had our guns, and we were just loaded with ammunition. That plane ride over, I'll never forget it. I don't think a word was spoken. Every once in a while someone would light up a cigarette, but not a word was spoken.
Once over France, the Nazis tried to shoot down their plane.
That was when I realized that war was not all the glory that John Wayne's shows indicated, because the anti-aircraft fire was intense.
With all the flak, the pilot became disoriented.
We did not hit our drop zone, but we were somewhat successful because the Germans didn't know where we were, and we didn't know where we were.
It was just chaotic.
Yeah, it was very, very chaotic. And those who did hit the drop zone, some of the poor guys drowned because they had flooded the drop zone. I landed fine.
But he had trouble getting out of his parachute.
I was just flat scared. I was shaking so much that I couldn't unbuckle the button.
Once unbuckled, the 20-year-old Texan faced a grim reality.
Saw the first horrors of war. There was a French family. They had a direct hit, and it killed a little boy, a little girl, and I assume the mother and the father.
Private Lander had a close encounter with a German hand grenade.
So it was thrown, and this friend of mine, it landed near his feet. He picked it up and threw it back.
Where were you on VE Day?
On VE Day, I was appointed an MP, and to help keep our guys out of trouble while they celebrated.
All on board his D-Day jump plane survived the ordeal.
And there were about 20 of us total, and I think I'm the only one left.
Their final reunion was years ago.
And I went to the last one. It was very, very emotional. Very emotional. I hate to see a lot of grown men cry, but a lot did when we disbanded.
Lander was remarkably lucky during the war.
I got out without a single scratch.
I asked him to summarize his 3 years in the Army.
It's emotional, very emotional. I feel sad. I feel proud, and I feel sad.
Mr. Lander went on to have a successful career as a chemical engineer. He and his wife live at Carencia at Barton Creek and enjoy travel and spending time with their family. We salute him and all of our veterans today.